Hey everyone, so I have been testing Google's new API builder called Google Opal. It lets you chain together AI models to create custom workflows. So it's basically something like an AI no-code tool app creator mixed with something like an A10 in a way. So I'm going to show you how to build a brand brief generator that will basically take client information and will output it in a structured strategy document. So Google Opal is, of course, from Google Apps. At the moment, it's currently US only, but I'm pretty sure you can bypass it through a VPN and just sign into your Google account. So this is the main dashboard. You basically have a gallery of pre-made mini AI apps, as they call them. So we can basically like browse around. We can see that we have like a blog post right playlist. We can probably like, I don't know, I would like to see what the generated playlist one is. So I'm going to click on remix, which really reminds me of the lovable.dev option. So we will basically duplicate this project and we will have a first look at how Google Opal works. So we're basically jumping right ahead into a workflow that its layout is very similar to like automation tools like N8N. So you can see that we basically start with a workflow where we need to input our music preference and then through a series of automated flows. And as you can see, if we zoom in, we have, in this example, Gemini 2.5, basically trying to find 5 songs based on our music taste. We have Gemini 2.5 again, generating a design cover image for our playlist. And then we have YouTube links being fetched. So as you can see, we have a ton of functionalities being laid out in a very nice flow. And we just didn't have to do anything basically. So as you can see, we also have a very fun one where you generate DJ intros, which is cool. So you basically have so many options to play around with this mini app. So in our case, we can either try to basically refine this more since it's a remix. In our case, we can basically do something like very simple and do a very simple change. We can probably do something fun, like instead of being a witty and charismatic DJ, we can make him, instead of a witty, charismatic DJ, make him, I don't know, a sad DJ. I don't know. So basically, you just use natural language in order to refine, edit, define what the flow is or what and each every step should be making exactly. So I'm not sure if it changed here. Maybe I need to reload. Let's see. Yeah, you're a melancholic and introspective DJ, known for seamlessly weaving in interesting facts and creating poignant intros for every song. So as you can see, just by using natural language, you can change everything you want. So the output is basically a cover image, a song list, a DJ intro, and then YouTube links. So on the right side of the screen, you can see that there's a preview, a console, a step-by-step on what's happening on each of the cards, and then a theme that you can change, basically. So this is the quote-unquote landing page of your mini app. So whenever you're done or you want to test what's going on with your app, as you can see, you can click start, describe the style or genre of music you're looking for, or just tell me your mood. So I like hip hop, I like rap and jazz music. I feel great. Let's see. So here's our input, and we'll give it a few seconds. As you can see, the flow has already started happening. So we will need to basically have Gemini fetch the internet to get the 5 top songs based on how I feel and what music I like. Gemini will also create a design cover image, a DJ intro, and we will also have YouTube links for all of our songs. And then everything will be wrapped up in a nice playlist. So, as you can see here, he's finding YouTube links right now. So let's give it a few seconds and let's see what the output is gonna be. I'm very intrigued. It's been a hustle lately to find good music, especially on Spotify. I don't know. The recommended playlists are always like super weird, dude. So let's see if Google Opal can save the day. So here is our output: Groove and Flow, a jazz rap journey. So we have Can I Kick It? We have a little nice description here about what the song is. Uh, Maybe an author's note, somebody would say, and then you can like click on it, go on YouTube. Oh, that's actually interesting. It doesn't let me go. Okay. But we have our top 5 songs here, which is nice. But that's interesting that we don't get the YouTube links correctly. So let's see. This card here says use search to find a YouTube link for the song. From the web results, extract exactly one link, which is a functioning YouTube link for playing the song. I feel like this kind of confuses maybe the our mini app. Oh no, some of the songs. Oh, that's weird. Some of the links are broken, some are not found. That's actually interesting. Let's see if we can fix that actually. The YouTube URLs appear broken or had a 404 error message when fetched. Let's find a better option to fetch the YouTube URLs effectively. So let's see if let's do a quick refresh. I feel like the beta version of the app, the experimental version, I would say, is kind of laggy, but it's okay. So use the search web to find a YouTube link for the song. Prioritize official music videos, lyric videos, or reputable live performances. Avoid links on official uploads. Sure. Extract one link, which is a functioning one. Okay. It didn't really change that much, but let's give it a second try and see if the YouTube URLs are gonna work. I like rap and R and B. I feel relaxed. Let's see what the outcome is gonna be and if the URLs are gonna work. If not, it's whatever. I just wanna test my brand brief generator idea because it's more relatable to our niche. So I'll just see if it works. I really want to see if the DJ intros would work as well. Maybe we got baited. I'm not sure. So the YouTube links are not working still, even with the new additions and edits. It's honestly okay. I feel like it's an experimental version. That's why there's maybe a bug or something. So let's leave it at that and let's go back and let's hit it with a new project and let's create the brand brief generator idea that I have. So we click on create new project, and as you can see, you are basically having a very common screen. You describe what you want to build in a very simple way, and right after you do that, you will basically have Google Opal generate an automated workflow for you based on the description that you gave. So in our case, we will start with a very simple prompt, which will be the following. I will say, create a brand brief generator that takes company information and creates a comprehensive brand strategy document. It's a very simple one. It's a very broad one. I just want to see what the workflow is going to be. Maybe we will need to like refine some stuff, add some stuff. Yeah, let's see. Let's hit send, and let's see what the flow is going to be. So as you can see, we have 4 inputs. Enter your company's name, describe the company's mission, who is your target audience, and list your company's core values. Then after we input those 4 values, as you can see, Gemini 2.5 Plus comes in as an expert brand strategist, and he will create the brand identity section, the brand positioning, brand messaging, and conclude the target audience analysis. Then he will do an entire review, and he will basically fix any inconsistencies. And then at the end, we will also have a brand strategy document HTML page that it will be created based on the data. So I feel like it's a good one. I would say that I would like to see something more sophisticated in the middle. So I would like to see an extra search where Gemini, or however they Google Opal wants to do it, will also search for the 5 or for the most like close match competitors based on the company, who we are, what we do, etc., etc. So I also want to have a full competitor analysis based on the company's details. Let's see if that can basically add some sort of functionality here in the middle. So what happened basically is that this prompt changed. So we have a competitor analysis now. So I feel like we're okay. I feel like this is a good start to at least test if this simple flow works and if we can have a strategy that actually makes sense. So I will basically just prepare a prompt and create a dummy company so that we can test out if it's actually gonna make sense. So I'm now here in ChatGPT. I just grabbed a screenshot of the 4 inputs that we have. Please craft a dummy brand document based on the inputs included in the screenshot. Keep it simple, concise, and yeah, keep it simple and concise. And how do you spell concise? Nice. So let's see what kind of brand are we gonna have. Bright Bloom to inspire everyday wellness by creating eco-friendly, affordable self-care products. Okay, I feel like it's good. So this is our input basically. So let's give a name to our app as well. Brand brief generator. So let's click start, and let's see where this journey takes us basically. So enter your company's name. Our company's name in this case is Bright Bloom. So here's the response. Describe your company's mission to inspire everyday wellness. Describe and define your target audience. Healthy conscious individuals aged 20 to 45. And list your company's core values: sustainability, transparency, well-being, innovation, and community. So before we continue as well, all those 4 input points can also be extracted easily by an actual real-life scenario where you can have, let's say you just jumped out of a client meeting and you have a list of notes or a list of digital notes that you can just dump on a tool like ChatGPT and be like, please extract those 4 values or whatever you want to extract for my notes from this meeting, from this transcript, etc., etc. So the dummy example is here just to speed things up, but you can definitely fill all of those input points with actual data. So let's hit enter. And now we wait for this step basically, to have a brand identity, a brand positioning, a brand messaging, target audience analysis, competitor analysis, and an entire review. And everything will be presented in an HTML format as basically some sort of a simple web page. So let's stick to preview and let's give it a few seconds to see what the outcome is going to be. So I noticed something interesting. The preview is done. I would say that brand identity, brand positioning, brand messaging, target audience analysis is good. But the interesting thing here is that the new extra function that we wanted to add, which was the competitor analysis, didn't really work. But it just gave us a hypothetical. But it says that a full competitor analysis would typically include specific competitor names, their strengths, weaknesses, and how Brightbloom differentiates. So that's what I actually needed as well. So I want to see if I can go back here, click on edit, and suggest this suggestion that we had from Google Opal itself. I want to see this in action, basically. Let's see if that can fix the prompt, or maybe I should have put it here as a suggestion. Let me see. So I'm feeling like there's some sort of an issue here. Let me see. Let's suggest the edit here. As you can see, it's a real-time experiment for me as well. That's what makes it fun. I feel like this is some kind of very cramped card at the moment, and maybe that's why it doesn't really register that well. Let's see. Create a comprehensive competitor analysis. I feel like this not scalable to deep research. I don't know what that means exactly. Okay, I'm gonna give it a second try. And if it doesn't work, I feel like if we place it in our actual initial prompt, I feel like it can give us a more clear flow. But let's give it a try. So let's go again under your company's name, Brightbloom, company mission, target audience. Come on. Yeah, I feel like experimental versions are kind of buggy. Now it wouldn't let me copy stuff. But that gives us a good chance to reload, and maybe that can give us some sort of a better result. I don't know. And we can also probably, instead of having 4 inputs, have one where we can dump everything and then have the AI extract all the info for us. So this gives us a nice chance to basically go back and redefine our initial prompt even better. So I don't really mind it at all, to be honest. So let's see if it works. If it doesn't, we have a very nice experiment that we did, and we can basically refine our initial prompt even more and even better. So let's see. So interestingly enough, it didn't really work, which I don't mind. So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna create a new project again, and we're gonna learn from our mistakes. So our initial prompt was this one, okay? So I wanna take this one. I'm gonna go back to ChatGPT or whatever LLM tool, and let's add a couple of other things in a like rough draft way. I also want to see a full competitor analysis based on the company's details. And I would also want to have one input point where I can dump all of my data about the company and then have AI extract all necessary info. And now let's ask ChatGPT to basically, can you please improve, refine, and craft a prompt that I can use inside Google Opal for a brand brief generator mini app that I want to make. Let's see what it's going to give us. So extract relevant brand details from the input and generate a complete brand strategy brief, including company name, tagline. I don't feel like, no, I don't think that is correct. Let's just try something else. Improve the above prompt. Just do that. I don't really want the full markdown document. Yep. I feel like this is good. The system should intelligently extract, organize, and synthesize this data to generate a comprehensive brand strategy document. Accepts one input field. Okay, look. Outputs perform competitor analysis. Besides the optional visual placeholders, I want to see if a bigger prompt will work in this initial stage. Let's see if it works and if it gives us a better workflow, actually. I'm very intrigued now. So now the flow is the following. We have your business plans, decks, or notes. So as I mentioned, one input. I feel like it's better UI-wise. And here's our prompt now. Gemini 2.5 Flash. Carefully read the provided business content, identify the company name, identify the tagline, if any, determine the industry, extract the mission and vision, identify the brand values, extract the target audience, determine the brand tone, identify the core products. So basically do everything, and then after extracting each element, review the business content, make sure everything makes sense, blah, blah, blah. So it feels like a very heavy prompt, but this is just the extraction, and then we basically create a JSON document. I feel like it's good. And then, since we have the extracted data, we have the brand strategy prompt, which is good. And then, as I wanted it, we have a very separate one where we do the competitor analysis. So I feel like this is a way better flow to start with because we have more modular parts that work separately. So I feel like it's going to work. And then we have the final report, a web page style, where we have the brand strategy document and the competitor analysis. Okay. So what I want to do now is to basically ask ChatGPT to generate a dummy PDF document regarding Brightbloom, regarding Brightbloom, and simulate basically a client designer brand brief meeting. I want to use that data to basically extract all necessary info in order to perform a brand analysis. Let's see if we're going to have a good dummy PDF that we can use. It was a temporary chat, so I wasn't able to generate a PDF. It's okay. Let's create a new prompt. I want you to generate a PDF document that mimics a client designer brand brief, a series of notes, extracts, and info about a dummy brand. Think of brand related to AI and tech. I don't know. Period. I want to use those dummy data to perform a brand analysis. Let's see if we can now have a generated PDF. So here's the brand brief. SynthCore AI, artificial intelligence, San Francisco, founded in 2022. So to accelerate the ethical adoption of AI in enterprise environments by offering powerful, modular, and privacy-respecting tools. Okay. Competitor landscape. Yeah, I feel like it's a very simple one. Nothing heavy. Let's run a preview here in our app. Start. Upload your business plans. Say less. Here's our business plan. Unable to load data. Nice. Again, it's an experimental mode, so There's no worries. Let's just paste everything and let the magic begin. If it works, especially the competitor analysis part, which basically requires fetching data from the internet, doing actual research, it would be nice to work. I feel like it's a very tedious part of this process. And imagine just you looking for inspiration online while you run a mini app that does competitor analysis for you. I mean, it's a very win-win situation. So I'm very intrigued to see if the competitor analysis is at least decent enough. Maybe we can also fix the prompt if we see that it's not that good. But I want to see an actual competitor analysis with actual companies that makes sense. I would be satisfied by that. That's awesome, actually. So here in the preview, Google Opal says, I have reviewed the initial broad search results. While they provided a good starting point for identifying potential competitors, the information is not granular enough for a comprehensive competitor analysis. To me, that's good because it means that it takes it seriously. So in a scenario where we had a full-on brand brief right after the call, a bunch of shit to just drop into this app, we can definitely have a more well-versed result. But even though we don't really have a very good starting point, we do have some competitors that Google is going to analyze now. So to me, that's a W. That's an actual win. I feel like this flow is going to work very well. So let's give it a few seconds and see what the outcome is going to be. Probably the HTML website is not going to be good enough visually, but I feel like it's whatever. It's like, I don't think that this is a very front-end focused tool, at least for now. So here's our final output, SynthCore AI. I would say that the HTML website is actually better than anything we've generated so far in this video. So SynthCore AI, brand strategy, brand overview. We have the purpose, mission, and value, audience profiles, positioning and differentiation, messaging pillars, visual and brand identity, strategic recommendation, competitor analysis. Here we are. The enterprise AI platform market is rapidly expanding. However, this widespread adoption also brings significant challenges. So we have a full-on competitor analysis, competitors in the enterprise AI platform market, competitor deep dives and comparisons. This is what I needed. If this actually is legit information, I feel like this is a very, very good tool to use, honestly. So yeah, I feel like it works perfectly well. You can definitely jump into each of these cards, mess around with prompts, make them more efficient, whatever you want to do. But overall, this is what Google Opal does at the moment, especially when it comes to design. I actually like this process a lot, so I will spend more time finding out even cooler tools that you can use that are design related. So yeah, that's it. Before we go, if you want to learn how to integrate AI tools into your workflow, your design practice, and basically charge premium rates for you being efficient with new elevated AI workflows, then please book a discovery call in the link down below. I'm right now building a community of designers, and I want to showcase how to effectively use AI to basically enhance your work. And you can find everything that you want inside the community that I want to build that will be called AI Brand Mastery Lab. So if you love what you see and all those workflows, let's connect and let's see if we can work together. See you in the next one.